yoga with Dominique and I'm Dominique. This is going to be a very short little flow for basically for like brain fog, and when you're feeling tired it will hopefully help if you've got brain fog due to perimenopause or an underactive thyroid or anything else like that. Unfortunately, I have an underactive thyroid and potentially I'm going through perimenopause as well. So I made this flow just to sort of, I'm not saying it's a miracle cure that's going to help your brain fog like that, you know, that's not how it works. But it might help you feel a little bit better. We're just going to do a lot of inversions to try and get a lot more blood flow going to the brain and see if it helps. Hopefully it does. We'll start in cat-cow. So we'll just do a bit of a warm up. So breathing in, dip your belly, lift your gaze, breathing out as you curve your back up. Or you can breathe the other way around, whatever works for you. And just take it really nice and slow. Because if you're doing this with me, for similar reasons, or the same reasons that I'm doing it, then you're doing it for therapeutic reasons. So, not to get a sweat on, not particularly for a lot of strength, although I've put a little bit of strength in here because that hopefully will bring our energy up a little bit and perk our brains up a little bit. But you just want to take it nice and gentle, this flow. Just be gentle with yourself if you're not sleeping great, or your brain's feeling really foggy, you can't think properly, and you just want to be gentle with yourself. And then we'll meet back at normal tabletop. We're just going to go into a child's pose. I'm going to do a wide-legged child's pose. You can do whatever variation feels good for you today. Back up, and we're just going to do half frog. So you're going to lay on your front. You can stay up on your forearms if you want to. One leg straight, so I'm straightening my right leg, and just bringing my left leg out at like a 90-degree angle. Trying to, if you can, get your knee in line with your hip here, and then your ankle in line with your knee. But it entirely is up to you what feels comfortable for you. You're not trying to push anything. Like I said, we're not trying to get our heart rate up or do a lot of strength or push our bodies today. It's gentle. So if you do need your leg a little bit further down, or if it feels really comfy for you and it feels like you're getting a really nice stretch in those hips, there, you can always bring your knee up a bit further, and you can always just lay down on your hands, head on your hands. Try and push this hip into the floor a little bit, so don't sort of lean onto the right hip too much. Just a gentle trying to push this hip down into the floor, so you're getting that stretch on the inside of your thigh there. And switch legs. If you feel any pain in your lower back there, stop pushing your hip into the floor and just relax it, and maybe just bring your leg back, so down, further down that way slightly. And come up into tabletop pose, and then just make your way up to the top of the mat into a forward fold. You can have a really nice big bend in your knees for this one. And just try and dangle your head and your arms, just let them loose. And you can always sway from side to side a bit if you want to. You can hold on to the opposite elbow with the other opposite hand. And roll it up to mountain pose. Breathing in, arms up. And out as you fold forward again, just bending from the hips. And then rolling down. Plant your hands on the mat, step it back to a plank. Bring your knees to the mat and just lower down onto your belly. And then just do a little cobra, breathe in. And out. And make your way to a downward dog, but just take your time doing that. You can pedal the feet out. So like I said, a lot of inversions in this one. Putting our head lower than our hips and our heart. So we're getting a nice fresh rush of blood going to our head, to our brain. Which, if you do have brain fog, you'll know that you definitely need, because sometimes it feels like your brain isn't getting enough blood, energy, everything. It just feels like you can't think properly. And then make your way back up to a forward fold at the top of the mat. I'm going to bring my left leg back onto my knee, so basically into a low lunge. But then I'm going to bring this foot over to the right, so this leg is a little bit like a kickstand, and I'm going to come up, keeping that leg pointing forward. We're basically going to do a kneeling warrior 2. So arms out, keeping that body straight, and you can always lean into that front leg a bit more, like that. If you don't want your arms out, you can always just have this hand on your hip, this hand on the knee, or you can just hold your thumb and middle finger together. You're trying to keep your body facing this way, head gazing that way, shoulders away from your ears. Like I said, arms can be out or down. And then hands to the floor, just twist round. Come back up, we're going into warrior 1. So both, basically your front foot is still facing the top of the mat. Bending that knee. This back foot is kind of going off at the diagonal across the room, and your arms are above your head. And then bring your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together. Try and bring your hands away from your bum there as much as you can. So you're pinching your shoulder blades together and you're pushing your chest out, a nice heart opener here. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, just dive down into humble warrior. So you're just diving down in this direction. You're not leaning on this leg, you're diving down next to it with your hands clasped behind your back. Make sure you're breathing. And we're just going to go into half moon. So I'm releasing those hands, putting my hands to the floor. And I'll show you in a minute if you don't want to go into the full half moon. So half moon is bringing that back leg up. So your left leg and your left arm are up, pointing towards the sky. And you're just opening out in all directions. If you don't like that, come back down into that low lunge position go into a tabletop. Use the right leg as basically a kickstand this time. So you're on your right hand and your right knee, and then bring your legs out. Or you can keep that one down if that feels better for you. And back into a forward fold. Just do that swinging again, so just let everything hang. And we're going to do all that on the other side. So right leg back, knee down into that low lunge, just so we can transition into that kneeling warrior two. And then up into the warrior one. If you don't like that, you can always just go into a low lunge, hands above your head, and then transition into that sort of side plank half moon variation. And then humble warrior. So if you're in your low lunge at the minute instead of this, you can always just do that in the low lunge. Or you can put your hands to the floor if that feels better. There's always variations, there's always different ways of doing things. Just do what feels good for your body. And then into half moon. So remember your variation for that, if you don't like that, would be that instead, or that. Yep. And forward fold. Just hang here for a sec again. And roll it up one vertebrae at a time, really slowly, until your head is the last thing to come up. We're going to go into goddess pose just very briefly. Just a little bit of strength just to make us feel, yes, we can do this. We are a goddess, or a god, if you're a man doing this with me right now, that's absolutely fine. We're not discriminatory here, all inclusive. So into goddess pose. So down into that, basically like a sumo squat. And we'll have hands at prayer this time. Try and keep your elbows up, so don't sink them down like this. Try and keep them up. Push into those hands and breathe. If you want to, you can always do cactus arms. You can do a bit of a fist there and be like, yes, I am strong, I've got this. My brain might feel like it's against me sometimes, but you're getting through life, you're doing it really well. You should be proud of yourself. And then just a wide-legged forward fold. So straightening those legs, pointing the toes forward. Hands on hips, breathe in. And as you breathe out, just hinge from the hips. And fold down. And again, just let everything hang loose. And breathe. then just make your way down onto your back. Feet flat on the floor. Bring them up as close to your bum as you can get them, really. And they should be about hip width apart. And we just go into bridge pose. So hands at your side, tuck your tailbone under, so your back's flat to the floor, pelvis is tilted up that way, and then breathe in. And as you breathe out, just peel your spine off the floor one vertebrae at a time until you get up as far as you can go, where you just feel it working. You can feel your glutes are engaged. You can feel it in your back there, that your back muscles are engaged, but you shouldn't feel any pain. You should be able to breathe. This is a good one for the thyroid or the throat chakra. So like if you're like me and you've got an underactive thyroid, because this sort of compresses it. And then when we release, which we're going to do now, it releases it and it releases a fresh flow of blood to that area. And obviously underactive thyroid creates brain fog. You'll see me do that a lot in all my videos. I've noticed there's like a pause before I say anything. It's because I forget the words, and I never used to be like that. The words just escape me, they're gone, and it takes me a few seconds. It's like when you're watching Netflix and it starts to buffer. My brain has to buffer, unfortunately. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock. But, you know, we can't all be perfect all the time. And that's what makes us perfect, I guess. We're all different, we're all unique, and we all have our own issues and things to deal with, and women especially. And I suppose it's nice to see someone on your TV screen who's like you, I guess, like going through the same issues. And then just bring your left leg to the mat straight. Keep your right knee bent in and just twist over towards the left. So twist just as far as you can go comfortably. This right shoulder should stay on the mat. Right arm out and then gaze over to the right. So right over your right arm. So your hips are going in one direction. Your upper body's pretty much almost going in the opposite direction. And you're getting that nice sort of ring out in your waist. So that's stretching out a load of muscles and it's compressing a load of organs and basically like massaging them. And yeah, again, words not my friend right now. I used to be so good at articulating myself, but nowadays it's just like I have no idea, even about things I know about, like yoga. I know what I'm talking about, but the words escape me a lot of the time. And do the other side, which makes me think, oh my God, it's so unprofessional. I can't be doing like yoga lessons and videos and things like that. But then I realised, well, it's normal. Like other people are going through this. There's other people, especially women, like I said, with perimenopause and menopause and stuff, you get the brain fog stuff and everything. There's other people that know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing in their jobs or their hobbies, but the words escape them and they can't describe it properly, and it makes them feel like, oh my God, I just sounded so stupid. But they know what they're talking about, and so then it's the same with me. And so I guess it's nice to see that in your fitness instructors. That I'm not just a complete mess. I just have brain fog. Perimenopausal, underactive thyroid, lack of sleep, stress, anxiety, depression. It all plays havoc on your brain, I guess. Okay, back to center. Just bring those knees back in. And you can rock a little bit. And you can draw circles with those knees. I'll stop banging on about my brain. at the moment. Probably heard enough. Nice deep breaths in and out, and circle one way and then the other. Just get a nice back massage while you're here. You might as well. Why not? And then we'll go into Shavasana, because I think we need it today, for sure. So legs out as wide as you want them to be, arms the same. Just relax every part of your body as much as you possibly can. I know it's probably asking a lot if you're here. Like I said, for the same sort of reasons I am, anxiety, stress, perimenopause, issues like underactive thyroid or anything else like that that causes you to feel stressed and tight and anxious and brain foggy. But just try and do sort of the body scan, so starting from your toes and working your way up bit by bit by bit by bit by bit, just noticing any tension that you're holding anywhere and just trying to release it. And don't do that just once, leave it for a little while, and then so sort of in Shavasana, just sit here and let the thoughts fly by and just relax, and then every now and then just do that little body scan and just make sure you're not holding any tension anywhere. I'll shut up for a minute and let you just relax. If you want to keep going in Shavasana, that's absolutely fine. Just pause the video or end it in a minute. Just stay here for as long as you need to. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment below, let me know what you thought. Subscribe, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. If you're local to me, I do lessons in local village halls and one-to-one sessions. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. I really hope this helped you, and I hope you have a lovely day. Take care.